In this video, I'm gonna be breaking down every single offer that's doing over $1 million a month and exactly how they implement YouTube directly to hit those revenue numbers. This is gonna be extremely valuable if you're a business owner with any kind of high ticket offer and you're looking to scale up and you wanna see how organic YouTube content can play into this. We're gonna do this with a bit of a twist. We're gonna go through every single one of their offers, their YouTube channel, etc. And I'm also going to take their YouTube strategy and show you guys exactly what you could be implementing if you're running their exact same strategy for your specific business. And if at any point in the video, you want to learn exactly how I can help you scale your YouTube channel for your business. We've done this for a variety of niches in the info product space, helping them hit multiple six-figure months, even a few clients hitting over $1 million a month through organic YouTube content. Click the link below. I'll leave a link to our website. You can watch our video on there. Learn a little bit more about how we fully help take YouTube off your plate by making everything fully done for you. So video editing, thumbnails, scripting, and using our unique ideation system that's designed to scale companies and bring in qualified booked appointments every single week. That link is down in the description. So check that out if you're a business owner looking to scale with YouTube. I hope you guys find a lot of value out of this video. A lot went into making this. And without further ado, let's just get right into the first offer. All right, so without further ado, let's get right into it and break down every single $1 million plus a month YouTube channel, what the offer is, and how they utilize YouTube specifically to scale. We're gonna go over Iman, Hormozi, Jeremy Haynes, Dan Martell, Iles, Karlton Dennis, Gordon, Taki Moore, and eventually Codie Sanchez. What this is going to cover is going to be what they sell, how the traffic actually flows, and what each one could specifically do to scale up the YouTube channel from a perspective of somebody that helps businesses over on YouTube. There's a few terms that I'm going to be using throughout this video. I'm just going to generally run you guys through what these are real quick. So VSL, obviously video sales letter. I don't need to do too much explaining on that one. Top funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, content. This basically is the pillars of your content. So top is going to attract strangers, get more views. Middle of funnel is going to serve obviously your problems and build trust. And the bottom of funnel shows proof and asks for the sale from the buyer. An outlier. This is a video that pulled huge views on a channel comparatively to the amount of subscribers that the channel has, which proved the idea itself works. Bigger channels then remake it knowing it will perform. Viewer pathway. This is a playlist arranged in order. So when someone clicks a video, YouTube auto plays the next one so the channel controls what gets watched and when. Clipping channel. This is a second channel that cuts long streams and long videos into smaller uploads and is each built around one specific problem, posted at very high volume and often using YouTube Shorts. And then obviously a lead magnet, which is a free resource we're selling in the videos. Let's get into the first creator of Iman Gadzhi, doing around 5 to 8 million a month. He has 5 different YouTube channels, but the main channel targets beginners chasing their first 10K a month. The vlog channel carries the entertainment content, and the business channel talks to info owners above 20K a month profit. So let's run through Iman's offer stack. He has 3 to 4 live launch events per year, and the tickets are at the 1 to 2K, but they're priced low enough to where nobody really needs a sales call to buy them. And the event offers are one-time offers. You miss the event, you lose access forever. So that scarcity kind of does the closing for him. You're not going to be there in person. You're never going to get this again. And then his evergreen consulting program at roughly 5 to 6K is sold through a sales call that is obviously ran all year. And then the business channel consulting, which is a simple book a call offer, adding roughly 500K a month at pure net profit, 100%. So these events create quarterly revenue spikes, right? The evergreen offers pay the team between them, so it just never really turns into a feast and famine style business. So let's talk about how he actually fills thousands of seats per event that he does. So the promo calendar, once a month, he puts out a short teaser video that announces something is coming. 2 weeks out, he then puts a high production trailer, almost like a movie preview is a really good way to think about it. And then 4 weeks out, he puts out one video every single week, and every CTA in every video says register for the event. The live stream then gets scheduled on YouTube 2 weeks early, and YouTube keeps showing that scheduled stream on subscribers' homepages every single day until it starts. Then if we go to after somebody registers, every registrant then goes into a WhatsApp group for reminders. This is a massive takeaway from this video. If you guys are using YouTube in your business, you can create a Telegram or a WhatsApp group for your viewers to become a part of for completely for free. And you have a more nurtured group of people you can then sell to. Probably the most important takeaway from Iman and how he utilizes YouTube is this WhatsApp group. Then these VIP tickets obviously sell for under $100. They get extra perks, little private VIP, blah, 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 the whole 9 yards with that VIP ticket. But these VIP payments cover the cost of the paid ads running on the front end. And paid ads work unusually well for him because a known face obviously gets registrants far cheaper than an unknown one. And then email and text follow-ups run after the registration to push the show-up rate as high as possible. Now, inside the event, the day-by-day pitch structure, right? So day one is obviously the big idea. He's going to explain the whole process end to end, split it into 2 or 3 steps so everybody understands why it works. Doesn't even pitch on day one. Day 2 is step 1, then the pitch, right? So he teaches in depth, then pitches an offer built around exactly that step with bonuses for buying on day 2. So there's a lot of incentive to actually purchase on day 2. Then on day 3, he does step 2 again, then pitches. Same pattern, 2 in depth, right? Pitches after the value. Day 4 and 5 is all case studies and testimonials and guests. It's going to be a breather from the pitching that builds the trust that the final ask needs. And day 5 is the final close, a high-level recap of everything with one big final pitch while the one-time offer obviously clock just runs out and goes to 0. And all of this is promoted through his organic content. The evergreen engine running in between the events. Every single video points to one VSL. This is a major takeaway from Iman. Most videos doesn't really carry a product link. The end screen tells viewers to watch a specific video next, and that video is the VSL. On 6 to 8% roughly will click through. So about every 100,000 end screen views pushes roughly 8,000 people into the funnel. And old videos now keep feeding it. YouTube videos collect views for years, which is why YouTube is so important. So every new upload becomes one permanent pipe that pours traffic into that same VSL. So traffic grows every single month without new spend. The VSL then sells up level at about $1 million a month. Businesses channels book a call offer will roughly add around $500K a month. And together they carry the payroll between the quarterly event spikes. Now, let's talk about Iles Hormozi, $8 million a month. He's famous for doing over $100 million in a single weekend, 4 channels, his main channel, Layla's channel, a dormitory channel, and the clipping channel that each changes reach. This number is probably a little bit closer to 10 million a month, but obviously I'm just going a little bit on the conservative numbers just off my research. And also, this is at the time of filming this video, so these numbers obviously can fluctuate depending on when you're watching this. So, Iles Hormozi obviously is huge on books. He sells $50 to $100 bundles for the beginner audience that are free on Audible, sold in volume through launches. And then he has a scaling workshop, which is usually a 5K in-person event for businesses that are already past 6 figures. Inside that workshop, attendees get moved into a 25K one-on-one mentorship. And then at the top of that ladder is acquisition.com with about half businesses doing $3 million per year at profit at a 1x multiple, then we'll help them grow. Each product then qualifies the buyer for the next one. So the ladder basically climbs from a $50 product, a $50 book bundle, to a business partnership. So let's talk about the lead magnet funnel on his main channel. So every video on his main channel points to a free download. The main channel obviously drives a free lead magnet, a workbook. Someone enters their info to actually get it. And then a VSL plays that sells the 5K workshop with the price actually stated up front. And if you are being consistent on YouTube, pitching your price up front is not a bad idea. This is actually something that a lot of business owners are starting to do in 2026 is price drop up front. Because if you have so much front end content that your leads can consume, it's actually not a bad idea to just be very transparent with the price and what you sell. The back end then can change without the channel changing, right? Because the front's always going to be that same free download. He can swap out which offer the VSL sells at any time. And then the audience never sees him switching offers. He can quietly test what actually converts best. Then nobody slips through, obviously. After opting in, viewers book a call time or they skip it. A setter's going to call them anyway. This is something you guys need to be doing is having your sales team dial every single lead, especially leads from YouTube. These are the warmest, most ready to buy leads imaginable. You need to having your setters dialed up. Every lead obviously then gets human follow-up as well. Whether they ask for one or not, they need to be getting hit up by your sales team. Clipping channel. So Iles Hormozi is very well known for using clipping channels, which is another amazing aspect you can add into your arsenal. Most of the clients that I work with, when we start implementing clipping channels, they're probably going to be around the 100K to 200K a month range because they have that capital from the offer to then dump into various clipping channels where you can pay per view on those specific channels. Usually I recommend this for clients that have above 5K subscribers because you need a big whale channel to actually push the clipping channel's traffic to. But on these channels, volume is the key. So 20 long-form clips per day, right? The second channel will cut up his live streams, videos, long-form content into small uploads. Each one will be built around a specific problem. Let's say you have an agency owner who comes in and he's struggling getting leads, and that short is about him on the phone with an agency owner helping them get more leads. Then you upload about 20 of these per day, and the views will literally explode into the millions. And remember, YouTube will match problems to people. So YouTube is obviously owned by Google, which is the largest search engine in the world. So whatever people are searching up, YouTube is designed to solve. YouTube shows people that it predicts is going to watch a video. It will show those videos to people it thinks are going to watch them. So if you have a video around a plumbing company's exact problem, it's going to get served to plumbers. It's going to get served to agency owners if it's about a marketing agency. And then it wins back an audience that the main channel might have lost. So the main channel obviously went broad with mindset content. So real business owners potentially stopped seeing the main channel content. However, the clipping channel's problem-specific videos will put them back on the owner's homepages without touching the main channel. So this is where clipping can be very beneficial for your business on YouTube because you can take any viewer that you might have lost by going a bit too broad on your top-of-funnel content and making hyper-niche problem-based shorts and re-engage that person back into your sales process. Let's talk about the live stream model that Alex Hormozi does. He's very well known for this, and it's actually one of the things that makes him stand out the most on YouTube. So he obviously has his call-in show, which is kind of copied from Dave Ramsey. Ramsey built a $300 million a year business, letting people call in with money problems. Hormozi runs the exact same format, but for monthly business, right? So monthly business revenue. So it's raw, it's unscripted. There's no format behind it. It's just people calling in, and it builds that friendship level bond with viewers. If you are out there saying, how can I implement live streaming? You just need to find something that is entertaining and valuable to watch for your audience at the same time in whatever niche you're selling, and live stream it. Show the audience. It will build that relationship feeling with your audience. And then obviously speaking, one of Hormozi's biggest traffic pages obviously is a VSL and thing else, right? It doesn't have playlists, doesn't have path and orders. It doesn't have path and viewers. This is something that he could add in that definitely would tweak and help his here. Missing viewer pathways, right? So let's go a 0 to 1 million playlist and a 1 to 10 million playlist. A case study playlist would let him control now what a viewer watches next instead of leaving it to random recommendations, right? On YouTube specifically, if you mix these playlists in, playlists are going to be a huge benefit to sort of segmenting your ICP. At this point, he doesn't even need to, but I want to give you guys as much value on YouTube as possible in these videos. And this is realistically something that obviously this is Alex Hormozi we're talking about. He could snap his fingers and $1 million is going to appear. However, if you're watching this and you are at, let's say, 200K a month with your offer, adding in one of these playlists is actually very much going to benefit you. Let's talk about Jeremy Haynes. Jeremy Haynes went from almost no views in early 2024 to the go-to internet marketing name. A lot of people say it's kind of the go-to info. His videos get a few thousand views each, but the channel parents to his famous line that all we talk about here is hitting $1 million months. This is what Jeremy does himself on this YouTube channel, and we're going to break down why. So let's go over what he sells first. Obviously, Jeremy has his Jeremy's Inner Circle offer, which currently in 2026, at the time of recording this in the summer, I believe is at 10K per month, which is a group mastermind. And it's they have a 12-month minimum, and it's only open to businesses already doing above 100K a month. You have to be doing 100K a month to be in there. And then he also has a 7-week internet marketing course for everyone under that bar, fully automated. It runs without his time. That's his master internet marketing offer. Jeremy AI starts at $300 per month. It might actually be up to $1,000 a month now. His trainings are obviously then loaded into AI that people can talk to. One of the cool features about this as well is you can then call the AI and be like, hey, I'm struggling with this, and this. You can have a real call with it. Then Jeremy also has agency owner partners with businesses that come through and then paid on a rev share basis. Almost all of his traffic is acquired through the YouTube channel with very little paid advertising for his own offers. Let's talk about why a few thousand views can earn out 1 million views. This is the core concept behind the Jeremy Haynes section of this video is you only need a few thousand views to print $1 million a month, right? The audience is the product, the views are not. So with Jeremy's audience, almost everybody watching at least runs a business doing 10 to 30K a month plus. And a big share are at his exact target of 100K a month plus. when nearly every single viewer is a potential buyer. And remember, we're talking all three products here, not just Jeremy's Inner Circle. A small audience will always out-earn a huge general one. So a lot of people, when they go and post value-based content on YouTube, they think from a perspective of, okay, I'm going to post videos for, let's say I work with getting business to 100K a month. A lot of times you'll make videos and you'll attract a lot of people at like 2K a month. You need to think of how much higher Jeremy's ground floor is, where his worst quality lead is still a six-figure business owner. That is what he does so well. And also, he pitches hard in every single video. Obviously, every video, every upload contains a direct pitch. The description links every offer he has. And he disqualifies the bad leads with the income claims. If you ever watch one of Jeremy's videos, he specifically talks about, hey, here's a U.S. Bureau of Labor statistics that point, 0.001% of businesses will ever hit $1 million a month. This isn't any sort of an income claim. We're just showing you lessons and passing down a value. So he disqualifies people that just want a get-rich-quick scheme simply with those disclaimers. And the math that actually makes these viewers pay is really his middle-of-funnel videos. So if obviously free advice makes someone an extra 100K a month, paying Jeremy an extra 10K a month becomes the obvious next step for their business. So that free content is in reality just a packaged sales pitch. So then let's talk about his three content layers and a few plays that he could be implementing, right? So obviously top of funnel, broad scale content, right? So obviously Jeremy's mindset and system videos for reaching $1 million a month are built to pull new business owners into the world, wide topics, obviously wide appeal. Then he has his middle of funnel, problem solvers, and his real money makers. Videos like how to run $1 million a month marketing team or how to set up DM ads, solve a problem. They earn their trust and then goes into the sales call. Bottom of funnel is documenting the mastermind, right? He films what the people that buy actually get. His client interviews, his $1 million a month trophies. Viewers actually see the world they're buying into before anyone even asks them to buy. Now let's talk about a BSL hub and a call-in show, because a call-in show is something that I think Jeremy could do very well, provided he could actually find a way to filter out the quality of business owners. That would be something where he is a great example of a channel that could very well do a good job of growing a bigger audience organically through a call-in show, provided every business owner calling is they're able to filter out that they're at that 30K, 100K a month mark plus. Let's talk about Dan Martell now. So Dan Martell obviously has a free scale workbook. It's the main thing in every video that he promotes. It's a pure lead magnet. He has a buy back your time book, which is a $20 book and drives an enormous volume to a low ticket product, which almost nobody at this level really does that uniquely. Then he obviously has his group coaching of like $1 million a month that is printing for him, deliberately not really promoted on the channel. He doesn't really pitch in his videos. Almost 95% of the content exists purely to reach the most people possible. The plan is literally brand new, money later, funded by exits most operators don't even have. So Dan is an interesting case because Dan is doing the opposite of what Jeremy's doing. So let's talk about the other method. Let's talk about the flip side of the coin of Jeremy Haynes' model and the 95-5 content system. 95% of viewers are proven before they are even filmed, right? So his team will obviously hunt outliers, videos that pulled 1 million views on a channel with 10,000 subscribers. I always say you guys need to be calculating your outlier videos when you're doing content research in a ratio of single digits. So what I mean by that is if you're looking at a channel with 10,000 subs and you see a video with 100K views, don't look at that as this video got 100K views. Look at that as, okay, it got a 1-to-10 ratio, right? If you have one sub and the video got 1,000 views, that video is a bigger outlier because it has a 1-to-1,000 ratio. The gap in the ratio is what matters when using the 95-5 content system. Is you're looking for the biggest outliers in any niche that you are actually working in. Then the 5% are pure experimental content, brand new formats that nobody has tried, but have a very small chance of breaking the internet and inventing a format that is now the 95. Obviously, if we're looking for the biggest outliers, we're spending 5% of the effort to find an outlier that could potentially be the next big thing that everybody else goes and ideates from. Brand first means almost never selling. Dan Martell optimizes for reach and trust today, and then he takes the money later, right? His $20 book, his free workbook, it keeps the channel feeling very generous. The people that watch it feel like they're getting a lot of value. They're not just being hard sold to whenever they click one of his videos. The warning label on copying Dan. So broad business is the most expensive niche on YouTube. Competing at this level takes a content team of 10 to 20 people. That means 30 to 100K a month payroll before the channel earns anything back. The payback window is obviously going to be on 6 to 12 months minimum. And even with a team that size, breaking through in the broad niche of just business and trying to go mega viral will take about a half a year to a year of spending with little return. Most businesses aren't really going to stomach that burn. I genuinely think for most of you watching this video, you're much better off going with Jeremy Haynes' strategy. But if you're in a unique situation, this could also be applicable. So let's talk about Dan Iles. This is Dan Iles, which owns Viral Coach, which is roughly $25K for 6 months. He builds a business owner's whole content system, covers the editing costs, and staffs an editor. About 95% of the revenue comes from paid ads. YouTube is deliberately not the acquisition ended. However, the job for one channel is proof. And this is where we're going to go into the main point of Dan Iles is sales assets through YouTube. When a prospect asks whether he's done this for himself, the answer is already there, which is another huge benefit to having a YouTube channel for your business, right? Some deals obviously still come through the channel. Every description links the offer, but that's really a bonus. It's never the point of the video exactly. The channel's real job is really hiring. Talent obviously watches business content. He makes sales-focused videos about how to build a $3 million a month sales team. People watching are sales reps, operators, and the best of them will apply to work with him after watching that video. It also then replaces a staffing agency, right? Most companies pay staffing firms to run ads to sift through low-quality applicants with little talent, when his channel delivers a constant feed of pre-sold high-caliber candidates for free. And also having nothing to sell builds him a lot of trust. Obviously, he has Viral Coach in the description, and if you really know him and his personal brand, you know it's there. But he doesn't sit there on the videos and hard sell any offer, which positions him as more generous, and that trust then carries over when prospects from paid ads go to actually look him up. So, channel for the offer itself, this is what I would say. If you are taking this approach, it is a good idea to have a separate channel where you can promote the offer, because if you're not at $3 million a month with paid ads, you're going to be much better off simply creating two separate channels, one where you can give a lot of value, build that trust up, and then having a business acquisition channel where you are getting direct leads, actually booking appointments for your offer. Let's talk about Karlton Dennis at $5 million a month. So the tax king, he's got over 1 million subscribers, very stable views, and he definitely is a big enough channel to co-sell packaging. So obviously tax alchemy, high ticket, it's hands-on tax strategy. He disqualifies anyone earning under $750K per year and then audits everything for those above it. So lead magnets are matched to every single video. So a short-term rental video gives away a short-term rental guide. So the free gift will then always match what the viewer just watched. Then affiliates will add an estimated $1 to $3 million a year in pure profit because finance companies pay the highest referral fees literally anywhere. Description links are going to be ordered by what earns most, which is a huge takeaway from Karlton's channel. Main offer always comes first, lead magnet comes second, affiliates come last. So this is something to really keep in mind. If you are selling multiple products through a description, which is totally fine to do over on YouTube, just have your highest ticket offer, obviously at the top of the description, have your middle ticket, and then have your low ticket at the bottom. He uses a 2 upload a week system, which is very universal for a lot of business channels. 1 news video for the fast spike. So if you're in a niche where there's a lot of news and a lot of current events, this is something that can be really utilized. I'll give you a prime example. If you're in the AI niche, there's a lot of news about Claude. There's a lot of news about how AI is working right now in 2026. Makes a huge gap for there to be brand new news coming out, and it becomes a huge race to get to the news first. So obviously he's going to be talking about new tax rules, stimulus updates, anything current. And these get clicked hard for a few days because people obviously just want the latest. They want to get the latest batch of information that's brand new. And then obviously they're going to die out. But that spike is the job of those news-based videos. And he's posting them consistently enough where he's actually still getting viewers. Then he has 1 evergreen video for the slow burn. So topics people search year-round, like Beginner's Guide to Investing. These then grow slowly but collect views for years, and a library of them compounds into a permanent baseline traffic. So why specifically 2 per week, right? So 2 weekly uploads sits at the peak of effort versus reward. Each upload past 2 will really return visibility less, so the extra effort kind of goes into making those 2 excellent. 2 videos a week is the peak ratio of effort to reward on YouTube. If you do any more, you're going to get less reach per video. You do any less, you're not really maximizing your channel's potential. The way that you want to do this is you want to space it out. You want to schedule 1 video for around 3.5 days in between each other. The way that you're going to do this is you're going to schedule each video on the same day of every single week. And then from there, you're just going to keep doing that on a more consistent basis. If you can do that consistently, that is where the algorithm is really going to reward your channel in specific. So the easiest win on this entire list, right, is packaging is pretty outdated. And this is something where every probably 3 to 6 months, you want to revamp your packaging a little bit. Throw an updated banner on there, throw a new profile picture on there, revamp your channel, change the last few thumbnails, which will give your videos kind of a fighting chance in the algorithm. So that's all you guys need to do in terms of this. If you are been posting really consistently, Karlton, biggest takeaway here, biggest kind of a tweak you could probably make is literally just changing the packaging every about 3 to 6 months. So let's talk about Cole Gordon. So 5 years and then a breakout, one of the best B2B channels on the platform. And if you sell to businesses, this is the strategy to model. So if you're in the B2B, if you're in client acquisition, if you're in any kind of B2B niche, this is the section for you. So let's talk about Cole Gordon's offer stack. So closers.io staffs and trains sales closers, and a scaling program sells beside it. Both now sell through one shared VSL. He then has the 8-figure boardroom, which is the mastermind for scaling past 8 figures, focused on sales teams and sales systems. He then has SalesCake, which is a calendar software built for phone sales teams, and it's promoted inside of his content. He runs 3 CTAs per video, which is a soft mention at the open, a 1-minute ad a third of the way in, and another 2/3 usually covering 2 different offers. So let's talk about the podcast strategy Cole Gordon applies and how you can implement this in your channel. Cole Gordon uses a style of content called authority hacking, right? Interviewing people bigger than you. He sits down with 8-figure founders whose brands are way larger than his, asks how he built their businesses, and then publishes it. Then 3 things happen here. Number 1, their audiences obviously come to watch their guy that they follow, and they land on Cole's channel. Number 2, he gets more authority on that video because he's using someone else, a big name. And number 3, it builds more trust to people who have never seen Cole before, because not only do people wonder who Cole is, they wonder who this other person is and why he's sitting next to Cole, giving his time. So obviously as well, once viewers watch one video on his channel, YouTube will start recommending other content, and the guest audience become his audience, 1 podcast episode at a time, because they showed interest in his channel. So he is borrowing viewership from other channels. And this is why podcasts, if you do them right, can be a very powerful long-form content strategy. And then as well, the guests hear the pitch too. He promotes his own products inside of the episodes in front of a brand new audience while setting to very respected names in the industry. And that association alone can do half the selling of making him an authority in the space of what he is selling. Pillar 2, long breakdowns plus the way to steal. So 1 to 2 hour teardowns between the podcast episode. So he'll do long video breakdowns, like how to build a $10 million offer. And normally content on this niche stays very small because few people search for it, but the podcast audience makes them explode. So viewers get pulled in by podcasts, will then get these video breakdowns recommended, and they watch for a long time because they just gave an hour and a half to watch a podcast. No reason they won't give an hour and a half to watch a piece of value-based content that will actually help them, right? YouTube reads that as a great video and then pushes extremely bottom-of-funnel content out to brand new audiences. This is the easiest way to get bottom-of-funnel content pushed out to a brand new audience. So, play to steal here, an employee-run software channel. So, a dedicated sales kit channel with tutorials and comparisons against competitors would own every branded competitor search run by multiple employees' faces, so no single person is in the risk. So what he does is he actually has a sales kick channel separate that breaks down the software. So if you're running a low ticket offer or some kind of SaaS, you can make a separate channel for that specific offer as well. sell it through there, and it's a very, very good sales asset over on YouTube. Let's talk about Taki Moore. So 7 figures a month without a single sales call, which is also his entire brand promise. He films outdoors, sells to coaches, and built a market off of one. So one group coaching program for coaches building towards 7 figures with client workshops as his signature method. Obviously, the whole channel carries exactly one dedicated CTA, a VSL called the $1 Million Plan, and a step-by-step roadmap. That VSL then sends people to an Instagram DM instead of a booking page, and the conversation starts there and closes there without ever having a sales call. Everything then else on that channel stays deliberately non-promotional, which is exactly what his audience of anti-hustle coaches actually really wants. So let's talk about the anti-sales system and selling without selling. For Taki section, this is going to be the biggest takeaway, is the anti-sales system. So the way that he sells so uniquely is each video shows you where a client started, where they ended up, and names working with him as the bridge between the two. Viewers then see their own gap and build the desire to buy without ever really being pitched. He then uses certain diagrams and gets drawn out on screen or tied to a simple analogy, like thinking of business as a river, right? So anyone trying to make videos, people actually understand that they should study this channel first. So you guys got to understand this. If you are trying to make videos on YouTube for your business, this is a phenomenal channel to look at because you don't want to just come onto the scene and try to be like the salesiest person out there. You want to give a lot of value. You want to really explain your method. You want to really explain why your offer is beneficial. This is something Taki does so well. And obviously, while everyone copies Hormozi and Iman, Taki kind of looks at what the whole industry does and went the opposite direction. He does outdoors, calm, doesn't really pitch super hard, and nobody competes with him because nobody else is him. So this is a very important thing to realize here with YouTube is that people like people. So Taki realized that that's not me. It's not me to really go and, be super salesy on camera and do a bunch of CTAs and film with a, in an office. I just want to go be outside and I just want to give advice. So he built that brand because that is him. So this is where I always recommend people, and every time a potential client comes to me and they're like, hey, I'm struggling with having to figure out what do I really want to post about on YouTube? I always tell them, you need to look inward. You need to look inward at what kind of who do you want to be seen as? What kind of content do you want to be posting? Who do you want your viewers to view you as a person? And that is the type of content that you need to be putting up on the platform. So missing play really is shorts. Shorts market's exploding. Shorts uploads went from 50 million to 2021 to over 1 billion now, and his daily short views went from 15 billion to over 200 billion. And if you don't want to mess up your main channel, you simply can just make a shorts channel and drive the traffic to your main channel. That is a great way to build an audience. Let's talk about Codie Sanchez. So Codie Sanchez has a $27 ticket, which buys entry to a 3-day live event. Small fee exists to filter out anybody that's not super serious, like, hey, buy a $27 ticket, right? The event then books sales calls and moves buyers up into high-ticket coaching. Every video on the channel points at that same reoccurring event. One funnel fed from every direction, and the brand is now big enough, obviously, that a plain talking head video will just pull 700,000 views, which is reach that's impossible than when she started. So challenge videos are the engine that built this brand. That is what built Codie's brand up. So she shows you result on camera instead of claiming it. So she bought 3 vending machines on camera, collected the cash, and counted it up. That video did 2.1 million views. The same information packaged into a talking head video would have been maybe 50K. I'll give you guys a few examples of this. So if you're sitting there going, wow, that's genius, I want to make this video for my channel. If you have any kind of B2B product and you make a video, let's say you're educating B2B companies how to sign clients. Let's say that. If you have a video teaching someone, here's how you can dial a lead, don't get on camera and go, hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can specifically sign clients in 2026, dial leads, and use this script, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Pick up your phone, dial somebody's number, and give them a call live on camera. Like, hey John, this is blah, blah, blah. I saw you filled out one of our ad forms. I just real quick wanted to give you a ring, kind of give you some context on what we do. You got a quick five minutes for me here? Yeah, I do, totally. You're showing the audience. And then when he goes and he books a meeting and then you show the actual sales call and you show him closing, I just watched the entire sales process of you. But imagine if you would have just sat down in front of a camera and gone, hey guys, welcome back to today's video. Today I'm going to show you guys exactly how to send clients in 2026 with my sales call script. It's way less valuable than me actually watching you do it and go sign the client. Let's say you're a fitness coach and you're making a video about dieting. If you have an 8K fitness offer, I'm way more likely to give you 8K for fitness coaching if I see a day of eating and I see you going about your day, how you making the meals, you talking to me about the meals, you telling me the macros of each meal, you showing a workout versus you just sitting down and talking to camera going, this is the best meal plan to get a six-pack and get shredded in 2026. So show, don't tell, show through the process. Because viewers will watch an ordinary action produce real money step by step. Instead of being told they could do it, they watch it being done. And remember, in info, with buying high ticket in general, there's always 3 sales you guys have to make. You have to sell the person that they themselves are capable of the method of making money. You have to convince the person that the method actually makes money and works. And you have to convince the person that you, as a business owner, are quality enough to actually teach them how to do it. And this format is a moat because it's hard, right? These videos take time, they take production, which is exactly why almost no business owners make them. Across more than 10,000 client videos, this format really converts higher than anything else. I can tell you guys across every client video I've done, these are the videos that crush because you're showing the real results. And in reality, it's very hard to be like, yeah, okay, I'm going to get a videographer, I'm going to go out and shoot. You can turn a camera on in your house and just find a way to be creative and make one of these. And even the smallest amount of effort into doing that matters. Maybe you don't have the entire sales Zoom call where they close. Maybe you have the cold call that you can record. Cool. Anything here helps. That is the biggest takeaway with Codie Sanchez's channel, is that show your systems. Don't just talk to the camera. So obviously speaking, there's going to be a big trust candidate in the middle of our funnel, right? So there's a long difference between watching a free money tips video and paying $27 to do a 3-day event, right? So right now, raw traffic, obviously, will paper over that gap. So what I specifically think, if you're in this situation where you're only posting how-to content, if you're posting a lot of challenge videos, you just need to incorporate a little bit of case studies on how you help this person, this person, this person. And again, I'm looking at the broad system of the channel. Obviously, Codie Sanchez does not need to go post more case studies. Everybody knows who she is. Let's say, though, you have a channel and you've posted 4 videos and they're all challenge-based videos. Now would be a good time to go post a case study. So let's talk about the patterns showing up across every single operator. One hub, the traffic feeds, right? Iman, Cole, Taki, they all route their video into a single VSL. And as the video library grows, the traffic into that one selling asset just continues to compound. Live streams build the deepest bond, right? Call-in shows keep servicing as the highest return move almost nobody has really scaled up. YouTube also boosts channels running shorts, long forms, and lives together as well. Clipping is also now the new reach engine, right? Problem-specific clips at high volume put bottom-of-funnel content in front of the exact buyers without really changing the main channel or affecting the main channel at all. Case studies are the bottom of the funnel, right? Nearly every gap on this list is the same gap. No proof content walking a free viewer across the trust canyon to becoming a paying client. And once again, when I say the gap in these YouTube channels, I am speaking about that in a situational based standpoint. From if you are in a situation where you're using a similar YouTube strategy, this is what you should be doing. I'm obviously not saying, hey, Alex Hormozi could be making more money doing this, right? If you are someone who is posting this kind of content, you need to be applying these strategies if this is you, right? Scarcity formats will spike revenue, right? One-time event offers and on-camera challenges both work because the viewer watches something real happen with a hard edge on it. Viewer pathways are a free conversation. So ordered playlists control what gets recommended next to people, which then turn random views into a designed route towards the offer. And nobody really builds these viewer pathways. So 9 operators, 1 lesson in total. None of these channels win on views alone. They win on a deliberate system behind the content, the right audience, a hub of traffic leads, proof at the bottom, and an offer ladder waiting on the other side. Pick the play that fits your stage and build the system before you go try to chase the views. So now that you guys have seen some of the biggest $1 million a month offers and how they actually use YouTube to scale and use YouTube as a sales asset, I hope you can go implement a little bit of information from this video into your business and start seeing results this week. If you want a full team to handle your YouTube content end to end, all you have to do is sit down and record, and you can see qualified leads come through your pipeline every single day. Click the link below and book a call with me. I can show you exactly how we can do that for you and how we've done it for a variety of niches in the info product space. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Put a lot of effort into making it, and I will see you guys in the next video.